Astrid for? Astrid's mine. What was he writing about her for? He doesn't care about her. Too old for this crap. Those frickin' cans. The more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. I'm gonna go frickin' throw those cans out one of these days and piss that little pipsqueak off. But Astrid. If you only knew. If you only knew. I can see you. I can see what you're hiding from me. Jeez, it stinks in here. Don't bother me. I'm close. Close to what? Total insanity? The cans. Can't you see them? I can smell them. They stink to high heaven. You're breaking my concentration. It's like a friggin' health hazard. This looks like a goddamn trash heap. I like them in here. I need them in here. We prepare food in here. We eat in here, Arlo. This smells like rotting animal. Either you clean these cans up or I will, because I'm tired of tripping on them every time I want to get something to eat.
He should be coming out of it momentarily.
You recognize him?
Sange. He was in the program with me, but he was younger.
He woke up in my room, naked. All his clothes were in the closet on hangers, just like ours. Does this mean I have to share my room now?
How many more people are going to show up here anyway? I mean, it's not like we got that much space.
Seems the house is intent on providing us with new roommates, whether we want them or not.
What do you know about him?
His name is Sange. We were acquaintances, but we weren't particularly close. His skill sets were different than mine.
What do you mean?
Among those of us who shared the NDE, the men and women developed vastly different abilities. The women found their capabilities geared towards communication, symbiosis. The men's powers were bent more towards force, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, overt mental domination.
That sounds typical.
Yeah, why don't you go burn your bra? All right, you need pyrokinesis for that.
Am I here?
Sange, you made it.
Your house at the end of the universe?
Yes, but your wounds. Transit must not have been accomplished successfully. Are you all right, Bill and Payne?
I am. Well, Professor Vincenzo believed one more of us could get through in time. I was selected.
In time. Why are you here?
When we lost touch with Teresa 7 years ago,
7 years?
yeah, her body disappeared 6 hours and 6 minutes into the experiment.
We've been here 7 years already? Oh my God, I'm in my 30s.
Forgive me, I should have explained. What appears to be years for us may only be the equivalent of months or weeks here. That's if you accept the classic definition of time, of course.
Of course.
I'm sorry. We couldn't risk sending a rescue team here until now, until certain coordinates could be recalibrated. Then we began to lose our window, our timeline, and I elected to make the attempt anyway.
Was it a one-way trip?
No, I'm here to take you back with me.
Would we experience the same difficulties in transit? You don't look so good.
No, the return trip is easy, given my mental prowess. The fail-safe recall,
Doesn't work.
we've developed far beyond your rudimentary skills, Teresa. I'm sorry. You have to realize you've been out of the game a very long time.
Would you activate your recall procedure for us, please?
It will only work once. Sorry.
Why?
This isn't an interrogation, Bill. You can see he's been through a lot.
I'm just asking.
I realize that. But is it really necessary to do this now?
I do grow fatigued. Did you feel this way as well?
Yes. Transit can be draining, very disorienting. You should rest. Let me show you my room.
Don't tell me. He wrote you the wrong way.
You can say that.
Well, so did Teresa when she first got here, if you remember.
It's just, every time I think I've got a handle on our predicament here, there's a new wrinkle. It's as if someone doesn't want me to know what's really going on.
Sometimes there are no answers, Bill. You have to put yourself in the hands of a higher being.
I don't accept that. There is an answer. I'm certain of it. Just like I'm certain there's a reason why you won't trust me with your last name. Just like I'm certain there's a reason why you come to me first.
I don't want to talk about that. Ever.
So that's it then?
You made your feelings perfectly clear. I don't think there's anything left to say.
Do you see it? The pattern? This candy here, this held me up for a while, but I finally got it this morning, okay? If you take a good look and just clear your mind, you can see the pattern, okay?
Not really. It smells like Travis's shoes in here. I really want to eat this. Come on.
Things are bad, Teresa. After you left, the portents began in earnest. Signs that the Holocaust was upon us. You were our last chance. Such a disappointment. When we lost touch with you, our avenue to understand this place was also lost. I realize now, the professor should have sent a man to begin with. A controller, not a communicator, was required for such a particular mission.
You always did have very strongly held beliefs. I can see that hasn't changed. But I did try my best, Sange. You must understand that. Now, tell me, what's happened?
The dream changed again. The iconography of the death experience. We started to see people dwelling in a new kind of formless hell, impersonal and everlasting, filled with alienation, isolation, and bitterness. Like animals trapped in cages. Only you see, the cages were always changing.
Then I truly failed.
Don't worry, I'm here now. The ogres began to understand that someone in this house was responsible for the pain and suffering. One of you.
What are you talking about? It can't be one of us.
Give me a report of all your activities since arrival, immediately.
I can vouch for these people, Sange. They've done nothing.
They've never committed violence, evidenced violent tendencies. Is that what you're telling me, Teresa?
Astrid is prone to physical violence. She's dangerously unpredictable. Arlo stabbed Bill while riled. And Travis used force to seize our food supply.
Must have been difficult for you, trapped with such primitives.
Sange, listen to me.
I understand your sympathies rest with these people. I would expect nothing less, given your captivity here, as well as your own tendencies toward compromise and accommodation. Regardless, you're no longer an impartial explorer. You've been compromised, so I must ask you not to interfere with my mission here.
Interfere with what? What are you planning?
I must locate and eliminate the one the ogres call the draftsman, the one responsible for the pain and suffering.
But surely this house exists outside of time. Causality is nullified. Killing one of us can't change destiny.
We don't know. Eliminating the draftsman may prevent global catastrophe.
So then, you aren't here to bring us home.
No, I had to make up a cover story.
You realize I cannot help you hurt the others. It goes against every fiber of my training, and
I feared you'd been compromised. Again, I'm sorry.
what are you doing?
Travis, you bastard! You don't know what you've done!
Arlo,
I can't talk now. Travis took my cans. They're important.
you could be the one who's sick. Something deep within you seeks clarity. You're bringing something to this reality. Something you've seen in another life, perhaps.
Get out of my way. I can't talk now.
You're not the draftsman, but I cannot allow you to proceed. If you complete your task, you will all be free, and it is too soon for that.
What are you doing?
Look, I didn't want to take my chances putting these things in the attic. Outsiders and all.
Well, you're not turning my hallway into a garbage dump. It smells like your feet.
Look, this isn't your hallway. It's the new dump.
Well, why don't you put them down by your room then?
Well, maybe I don't want to live next to a trash heap either. This makes more sense.
Leaving them by the stairs makes sense, where everybody can trip over them.
What's going on? What are you two up to?
Garbage talk.
Thought I smelled something.
Look, we're growing out of this place. We need a dump.
How about the attic?
Yeah, I'm sure as hell not going up there. This is perfect. It's in the middle of all our rooms.
It's next to mine.
Look, it's not my fault your room's in the middle of the hallway.
What about putting them down in the foyer?
That'll stink up the whole house.
Your room does have a crawl space.
Oh no, you're not putting that stuff in my room. I can't sleep if I'm smelling rotten food.
We're gonna have to stow this stuff somewhere. Somebody's gonna have to
Well,
compromise.
somewhere's not my room. What about you? You've got 2 closets.
Fine. Give it to me. See if I can put this in the attic.
He's so smart. Let him deal with it.
Oh, you really do stink. You should take a shower.
Care to join me?
A cold shower. Just leave me alone. Jeez, you really do smell like trash.
Takes one to know one. Alright, sorry. That was uncalled for.
Just go. You're clogging my nasal passages.
It's all Arlo's fault. We should have never let him keep those cans in the first place.
Wait a second. Did he let you take them?
Hell no. I can handle that little pipsqueak. It's not like he's gonna stab anybody anymore.
You're just doing this to mess with him, aren't you?
Would I do that, Pippi Longstocking?
In a cold minute. Why won't you just let him have his way?
Because my nose knows better.
Sange, you certainly look like you're feeling better.
I am indeed. Thank you. Where's Bill?
Taking care of the trash. I think we're going to use the attic until we fill that up too.
If we stay here long enough, we'll be suffocating in our own garbage.
That's a pleasant thought.
So it's just the 2 of you here?
Yeah. Did you want something?
Well, one thing.
What the hell are you doing?
Now we talk, Astrid. Just the 2 of us.
No, now I kick your ass.
That's very amusing. Perhaps you shall both enjoy this then. We have very different concepts of pleasure, no doubt. But I'll make sure you come around to my way. My women always do.
I am not your woman.
I guess you won't need this. You like this, don't you? As your lungs contract, receive less air, you may experience a stirring below, like a sense of sexual euphoria.
Bastard.
Now tell me, Astrid, what's really your name? The draftsman, who is it?
Idea.
You saw what I did to Travis, didn't you? It was quick for him. I took everything I wanted in a single glorious heartbeat. With you I can make it all last longer. Much longer. Slower. I can explore your insides at my own pace, inch by delightful inch. Depending on your tastes, you may even grow to appreciate my rhythm, my prodding.